Where's the best place to buy gold and silver online? A lot of people think, for example, Royal Mint Gold, Royal Mint Silver, it's best from the Royal Mint, but actually it's more expensive than anywhere else. So knowing where to buy online when you're investing in gold or investing in silver is really tricky. And not all the cheapest places are in fact the best place to buy gold and silver online. So in today's video, we're going to explore not only some of the cheapest dealers out there in the UK and compare them against the most expensive, the Royal Mint, but we're also going to talk about what makes a best place to buy gold and silver online and keep you safe when investing in gold or investing in silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to another Precious Metal Ramble. Where is the best place to buy gold and silver online? It's a really important decision when buying gold or buying silver. If you're investing in gold or silver, you want to make sure that you get the best price. Certainly when you're investing in gold online, because there are a plethora of different options and dealers and prices, and if you're buying on social media, those prices can change drastically. So if you're gold investing or silver investing, this video is for you, because hopefully we'll share certainly some of the dealers out there at the moment, and they're varying in price points, and it's great to see that there are some dealers that are really competitive right now. You can buy gold from a dealer at very close to spot, just over spot including post, which is a big revolution. Now we'll have another look at that spreadsheet in just a moment, because I've made that as a snapshot in time. But it's really important to get this step right when buying your gold, because eventually when you want to get cash for gold or trade in your gold or trade in your silver for some actual money that will be able to be spent in the real world, then you can, and you can get the best price for it and the best return. That's the whole goal of this video, to really sort of make sure that you understand that when you're buying this stuff, it's easy to fall down a rabbit hole, but you need to maximize what you can get out at the other end. And part of that is for things like Royal Mint Gold or Royal Mint Silver, because often you can buy these products a lot cheaper from the dealers than you can from the Royal Mint, which never makes sense to me, but in a way it does, because the Royal Mint are basically there to try and make as much money as possible, and often that is at the expense of consumers. So we're going to jump in and have a look at this chart. Now before we do, I just want to remind you all to like, share, comment and subscribe if you're not already done so. Comment on who your go-to dealer is. I've just got a snapshot of 5. I could have gone wider and had more, but quite frankly, we don't really need to see that much more. The premium percentage differences on a lot of them were very minute and small. And it is just a snapshot in time. It's nothing personal against certain ones. I wanted to include 2 specific ones here, the Royal Mint and Bullion by Post, because first of all, Royal Mint is one of the key people or key businesses that people go to for Royal Mint Gold, Royal Mint Silver. They just own that brand. And unfortunately, as you can see, with all of their premiums being the highest, it's working. They get that premium in because people just think it's the best place to go to. And Bullion by Post, I have nothing personal against Bullion by Post. I've bought from them in the past, but they do tend to be in the similar category of they're the top ranked Google search, so they can charge the most because they know that eventually more people will go there than not. So nothing personal against Bullion by Post. They're a great company and a really good, in fact, I have done a video on a selling version of this and they came out top. So they often pay the best when selling to them. So again, this is not personal attacks on any particular companies. Very interesting though, the top bullion dealer at the moment in the UK that I could find anyway was Chards, with the lowest premium on anything. So what I've got here is 5 different categories. The cheapest 2025 Gold Britannia, a cheapest Sovereign, cheapest 1 ounce gold coin that I could find on their website, a tube of 1 ounce silver Britannias and a kilo silver bar. So we can see that Chards are top of the run for every single one, which is fantastic to see. There is a very wide-ranging price points here. The cheapest gold I could find 0.57% over spot, compared with 5.71 or 6.13 from the Royal Mint. Other dealers are really competitive. Well, you got to look here. Whilst these price points here are different, there's not much in it, and so there is something to be said about brand loyalty. If you are an Atkinsons fan and you want to just keep buying with them, there's nothing really wrong with it, but you are paying a little bit more for some of the coins. I have found with a lot of these companies that if you ring them up and say, hey, there is someone else selling at this price point, will you match? That the vast majority of them will actually do that for their existing and long-term customers, maybe even new customers too. So it's always worth shopping around. So there we have that little spreadsheet. I thought that was very interesting. So Chards at the top, Atkinson second, Tavex third, Bullion Pie Post fourth, and the Royal Mint dead last. And that would pretty much be the case for the Royal Mint dead last if we added 10 extra dealers into here. Now, again, I just want to reiterate that there's nothing personal against dealers that I haven't included on there. There are plenty of other dealers that are very, very good at what they do, and their price points may even be better than, say, some of those. But it is important to say that some dealers that you might find online, and they're not all going to be as perfect as you might think. So it's really important to exercise some very good due diligence when you're looking to buy silver online. The best place to buy gold and silver online might not necessarily be the cheapest, I guess is what I'm saying there. So if you find just random Joe blogs on the internet, bullion.com, that could just be set up for anyone. You could be just passing your details and money to God knows who. And that's, that can be a big thing, especially when you're buying precious metals. And by the way, don't worry about me touching these Britannias with my bare hands. They are just bullion weight stuff, and they're already milky and horrible anyway. But if you're buying from just a random person online, be very careful, because that is a way that scammers and fraudsters and criminals could harvest important data about people who are keen on gold. It's really scary that you could be buying what you think is a good price online for buying some gold and silver, but then actually you're just handing your name, address and contact details and sending money to potentially a scammer or a criminal that will then know where you live and know that you like gold and silver. That's a scary thing, and that's not good. So you've got to really do some due diligence. The big named brands out there, yes, you might be able to, and what I'd never get is sometimes people will, they'll buy an ounce of gold, they want to go and buy an ounce gold coin, and they'll find here that, let's go back to the little spreadsheet and say, if you've got these top two dealers here, Atkinson and Shards, you can see that the price for a Britannia there, it's not very much different. 21.93 is the top price from those two. But if they, or 21.75 from Shards, if somebody goes and finds a deal from joeblogsdealer.com in his bedroom, it's potentially not all above board and maybe even going to have a bit of a go at you maybe down the line, and you're just going to save 10 quid on a £2,100 plus coin, I don't see why people bother taking that risk. I really don't. That's where the brand loyalty comes in. So often, having that best place to buy gold and silver online isn't necessarily who you think it might be, and it's not about the price. So it's really important to remind people of that. Yes, every business has got to start somewhere, and you've got to find the best place to actually buy from that's right for you, but it's often worth just being very cautious, certainly with this stuff, because at the end of the day, having gold and silver in your life, physical gold and silver, buying physical gold and silver online is a risk. You're going to have this stuff in your custody. You're going to have secure storage at home. I personally have very secure storage at home, security systems. We have dogs. Those are the best security measures that you could possibly have. We have home insurance if anything ever did go wrong. But I also have off-site storage. I have plenty of off-site storage. In fact, I have many different storage boxes. I think it's good to have different storage solutions for your precious metals. That's really, really important. And your own personal home security is really, really important as well. And that then leads me into sort of my segue, if I've done a good segue here, into sort of a second part of this, which is when you're buying gold and silver online, there might be other options to think about. Digital gold investments, maybe some gold trading platforms, or just having something that is a gold tracking index fund, for example. A lot of people don't necessarily like that idea, but I think from my experience and perspective, you can do really well on those kind of platforms because you can buy completely premium free most of the time. If we look here on some of the premiums again, we've got Atkinson's 3.44, 2.59, 6.08. If people are buying those premiums, and by the way, I've got a column here at the end, which is the BYB's Buyer Club, which I haven't really mentioned. This is kind of a representation of where I think fair prices would be for different types of silver and gold that I would get coming in. If I had somebody looking to sell sovereigns right now, I would say we can get you 505 because it undercuts the price that other people would pay from dealers and so on. Brand new gold Britannias, I would undercut and sell cheaper than the dealers. And silver Britannia is the same. So, from that perspective, you are always maybe going to be a bit underwater with the premiums. But if you have got some kind of online gold trading platform, or you are basically buying gold and silver online and keeping it online, you can just sell it when you need it. Now, the counter argument there is that if you don't hold it, you don't own it, and that is definitely true. And I would say if you are looking to get hold of some gold in your portfolio, that having it is better than not having it, in my opinion. But at the same time, there are risks. So it's important to balance those risks. And if you are a big time investor, if you've got hundreds of thousands of pounds in savings that you want to put into gold, it's worth probably having some physical, but then putting a lot into a gold trading platform, for example, or online gold trading somehow. There are plenty of different companies, vaulting companies, for example. You can buy physical gold online in that sense, or invest in gold online, invest in silver online only, but it's not that practical in a sort of a major world collapse sense. So having some of that is really important. I've always been a little bit wary of those platforms, and I think it's the same thing about the best place to buy gold and silver online is not always the best place to buy gold and silver online based on just the price or the fees. You want to have a good, reputable brand. You don't want to be risking putting a lot of money into a particular platform that then is inevitably just going to eat your money and disappear with it, or go bust and not be able to get your money out of it. My biggest concern are companies that would say that they've got all of their gold and silver vaulted in Switzerland or in the LBMA vaults in London, and they really don't. And it's just a bunch of toff to actually, and it's basically paper gold trading. You're basically, for every ounce of gold that they've got in their vault, they've sold it to 10 different people. What happens if 10 different people want to take delivery of their gold or cash out from their gold holdings? Where does that money come from those particular companies? So make sure you do your due diligence on those, I think, is one of the key messages from this video, because not all the best places to buy gold and silver online are the best places, is my point. And again, the case in point of Royal Mint Gold and Royal Mint Silver, I think, is needing to be highlighted again. I mean, I don't really like doing massive bashing Royal Mint videos anymore, but they're doing this on purpose. They know that they can get away with it as well. They know that they can have the highest possible prices out there because there are people who will prey on the trusted brand status of the Royal Mint. So they'll essentially just be thinking, well, I know I'm going to get the best possible price from the Royal Mint because it's the Royal Mint. Surely all the dealers will be more expensive because they're the middlemen. No, it doesn't work like that. The Royal Mint is the middleman to itself, and it charges the most, as you can see here. Massively higher premiums, double on most things, or near double, we should say, compared with some of the cheapest dealers out there. So really, really, yeah, it's very strange, isn't it? The Royal Mint price of gold is actually not what the price of gold is, and the Royal Mint price of silver is nowhere near what the actual price of silver is. You can see 43% premium on Silver Britannias from the Royal Mint. Cheapest I could find elsewhere was with Chards there at 30.9%, which is still a lot. As again I say, buying on the second-hand market through my Buyers Club or the Silver Forum or wherever it might be, you're going to get a better price, a much better price for silver. But that's because of the VAT on silver. So yeah. Now, you'll notice that this video has come out on Wednesday, and a lot of you might be going, where's your budget breakdown video? And there will be a budget breakdown video, but I am filming this ahead of Wednesday, so I don't know what's happened in the budget yet. I'm going to absorb it, and then we'll probably do a video on it next week, because there's going to be a lot of stuff to deal with in the fallout from this UK budget and how it will potentially affect our gold and silver investments. We're going to see what happens immediately after the budget with markets and everything as well. Perhaps it's going to be another Liz Truss event and a bit of a mission and a bit of a state of affairs. We'll see. But all we can do is carry on and stack on. And I hope this video has been of use to some of you out there, whether you're brand new or seasoned stackers. I do hope that you have found some value in it. And if you have, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That would be fantastic. And we need something for the Cool Kids Club members to show just how super extra special cool they are. So you need to quote down in the comment section this serial number, F84516. That is your Cool Kids member ticket, or Cool Kids Club ticket to absolute supreme cooldom. Thank you very much to everyone for watching. We'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.